Hi, good morning. It is Wednesday, February 24th, 2020, and this is another video in our professional baking series. Yesterday we dealt with the six-stranded challah, knot rolls, and sandwich rolls, but today we're going to do one of the sourdoughs that I make. This is ciabatta, the classic Italian sourdough, the one that you know with all the holes. You can make it, by the way, with holes or without holes. I like a little bit of a unholy loaf. But what I've done here is I have, this is a mold form pan. You'll see this in another. These are plastic bread molds. These are made in Switzerland. I've had them for around 20 years. And what I did was I formed up the loaf. I'll show you how to do that. And then I lightly dusted it. And then I put the bread in it upside down. And when I get to baking those, you'll see how that turns out. These are 12-ounce boules. They're a smaller loaf. Boule means ball in French. As you can see, I have them nicely covered so that they don't dry out. You want to make sure that they don't touch, because the dough is a very wet dough and it will stick. So there you go. This dough, by the way, it is made, it is a sour. I use King Arthur's sour. It's absolutely fantastic. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. It will give you a nice levain, as they say in French, a leaven. It will, the difference between their sour and one that you might make at home by yourself by pulling yeast out of the air and bacteria, is that theirs is perfectly balanced between lactic acid and acetic acid. So the bread has a as the French say, raffiné, refinement to it, sophistication. It has a slight sweetness, and I just love it. Well, another reason, besides not letting the crust to dry out for putting the plastic film on it, is it traps moisture. This keeps fermenting. The final fermentation is called the proof. What this does is the moisture in conjunction with the sour is creating a crust that's rich with dextrose, and that will allow your crust to get a nice hardness to it and a shine. Excuse me, that was my timer. So the first bread that I'm going to bake is a baguette. I'll do a video showing you how that's formed, but I am going to very lightly spray it. Essential tool in the kitchen, you gotta have a spray bottle. Now, I'm gonna move my razor blade. This, as you can see, is going to take up the whole length. This is called a peel, P-E-E-L. And I'm going to go diagonally because I free-formed this. I do have pans specifically for baguettes, but this is free-formed. And I've got to put a light dusting. I did this in another video. You gotta keep one of these in the kitchen. It's a flour sifter. And all you do is you put a nice light application on. You need to very carefully transfer this to the peel. Watch your thickness, make sure it's even and straight. And then I'm going to cut it. The French have a little stick razor blade holder called a lame. I just use a double-sided razor blade. Now, there's a trick to this. There's two sides. It's a razor. It will cut your fingers. You cannot have your fingers like here going up onto the blade. It will slice it. So you pinch it right in the middle of this open area. You pinch it in the middle very firmly. Then you hold it at an angle. Do this over here, make sure it shows up on the camera. And you do 4 slices. I like to spread them out a little bit. Put down the razor blade. This is ready to go into the oven. The oven is set at 475 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm going to flick this on the stone. It bent. So I'll take the peel to straighten it up. Now I have an 8-ounce block of ice, which I'm going to put in this water for just a few seconds to break its contact with the plastic. And then I have a cast iron pan down there, holds tremendous amount of heat. It's the temperature of the oven, 475. I throw the ice onto it and it makes steam. So I'm going to stop the video now, and then I'll come back when that's done. At 475, that will bake in 20 minutes, and you'll see when I take it out.